Game number 168 of the 19th season of the Simulation Football League sends us south of the border for one more South Division showdown. And the stakes are clear. For the newly minted South Division champion Aztecs, they get a first-round playoff bye with a win tonight, while their opponents, the Lone Star Glory, must win tonight to play in the playoffs next weekend. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Estadio Matt Wilson in Mexico City. Alongside producer extraordinaire Cameron Irvine, our statisticians Eddie Gage and Ike McBride, and my partner Aaron Alexander, I'm Tim Hackett. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music live on Twitch. Happy to have you with us. Well, we've made it to the end of the road, Aaron. It's the last game of the regular season, and there's still a lot at stake for these two teams.
Yeah, it's an absolutely electric last game here for the regular season in the SFL. Still a lot of playoff implications for both of these teams in this one. Of course, Lone Star needing the win in order to reach playoffs. Mexico City, a win guarantees them a first-round bye. Not only that as well, but a win by the Glory here would mean that all four South Division teams reach playoffs this season.
That would be the first time in SFL history that would happen. Lone Star needs to win to make it so. Stakes are clear, Aaron. I mean, in a lot of the other games today, there have been a lot of nuances, a lot of ifs and maybes, but for Lone Star, it's win and in, it's lose and you're done. And so the Glory need to split this season series against Mexico City to make it to the playoffs next week. For Mexico City, they were named South Division champions by virtue of Houston's win over Fort Worth earlier this evening, so nothing to play for them. No, forget that. They win, and they've got a first-round playoff bye next week. So a lot to play for these two teams who are meeting for the 17th time in franchise history. Lone Star gets the ball first, and we are underway in the final game of the 19th season of the Simulation Football League. A couple of different players have returned kicks for the Glory this season. Greg Soto started taking on a lot of those opportunities last week, and he brings out the Glory to the 25 to start out with. So Ace Fennick, once again, the quarterback for the Lone Star Glory, now his fifth season with the team that drafted him out of the first season of the minor leagues, and this is one of the better offenses in the league. 10th in points, 4th in passing yards, 6th in total yards, and there are a lot of players who can do damage through the air for Ace Fennick and Lone Star. He will throw on first down, has a man open down the right seam, breaking a tackle is Ziggy Ronick down the right sideline. He goes one man to beat, and that man will make the tackle. It's middle linebacker Dexter Jackson. Ziggy Ronick inside the 10-yard line on the first play from scrimmage.
Well, that's an electric play to start out the first drive. The tight end, Ziggy Ronick, goes absolute yard on the first play. He's already well eclipsed the total that he had in the last game that Mexico City and Lone Star played against each other. And this is the honestly near perfect start for Lone Star. They're already inside of the 10-yard line.
8 yards away from the perfect start, I guess you would say, but this Lone Star offense is primed and ready to go. 67 yards on that link up. Fennick back to the air, and Deuce Fennick has that connection. Finally, the three Fennicks are united here on this Lone Star team. Ace, the quarterback, Deuce, the receiver, and Matt, the kicker. And finally, they're all on the same pro team, and Deuce has his first catch for a gain of 5. 67 yards for Ziggy Ronick, who had fewer than 300 receiving yards in Lone Star's first 11 games. On the ground they go. The first carry of the day, Mateo Privado, the fullback, gets it, and he stopped a yard short of the line by Gerard Brody.
Yeah, Privado in that last matchup against Mexico City only had the one carry that was good for 6 yards. Almost gets a touchdown here on his first touch in this one. Lone Star doing a great job on their opening drive.
Privado has only scored one touchdown this season. Stopped half a yard from number 2. Fennick will throw from the 1-yard line, back of the end zone. Garrison Blue with the catch, but he's out of bounds. And so Mexico City battens down the hatches, Aaron. It's 4th and goal. What do you do here?
With the back like Ike McBride, go for it. Make a statement early. Also, I did make a mistake. Ziggy Ronick is a receiver now for Lone Star, not a tight end.
Former tight end, but now the number 4 wideouts, and they will leave McBride, one of the best power backs in the league, on the sideline. Instead, here comes Matt Fennick, joining Ace and Deuce on this team for the first time, and he is good from 17 yards. He's one of 10 kickers that entered action today in the SFL to have not missed a field goal, and he is good again. He's now 23 of 23 on the season. So, Aaron, I mean, you said it. Glorious starts, if you will, for Lone Star. That 67-yard gain. They get to the 8-yard line, then they only get 7 yards on 3 plays, and they cannot score a touchdown.
Yeah, not the ending they wanted, but still a great first drive for Lone Star. They put points on the board first, and considering you're playing against a Mexico City team that has more than proven themselves capable of putting points on the board, they're first in the league in points per game at almost 38. That's the kind of start that you want in order to try and keep pace with these Aztecs.
Well, it's normal when you're talking about a team's trajectory that it goes along with the quarterback. And it's unusual, however, for one quarterback to really reflect the trajectory of an entire league. But this year, that trajectory has followed the path of Matt Wilson, who passed away this summer and is now playing his final regular season game here for his team, the Aztecs. He will give off to Phoenix Jones, one of the best tailbacks in the league's leader in rushing touchdowns, gets the Aztecs across their own 40 on the first play. Yeah,
and another great drive to start for Mexico City as well, giving it to Phoenix Jones. Mexico City today wearing their Santa Fe throwbacks in honor of Matt Wilson. The reason he joined what were the Gorillas at the time was due to the colors of these uniforms matching the Syracuse orange.
Can't say I support that, but I love the story. And shout out to Mike Daggs for that great context that he always has. Wilson's first pass of the day is caught by Nick Lockett, who had a killer game when these two teams met up earlier this season. Gain of 9+ for Lockett there.
Yeah, and it's been a very balanced offense for Mexico City as far as who they pass to. Pretty much all of their receiving targets, save Phoenix Jones, have at least 10 receptions this season.
No doubt. There's so much balance in this Mexico City passing offense. They will run it here. Jones is just able to get through. Shoulder tackled by Bogey Barr, but Phoenix Jones is able to muscle his way forward and get that first down.
Yeah, Phoenix Jones, not really known as a power back, is more agile, finesse-based. The power duty is typically going to Ray Bentley, the converted fullback.
Both of them now tailbacks once again, but Phoenix Jones, the star at that position from across midfield. Wilson's pass drops. Risky throw for Bill Henry, their number 2 tight end, who's caught just 14 passes this year, Aaron, and Tina Begin applying that pressure, second down.
Yeah, and it's been interesting to see this Mexico City team. They've definitely relied more on the run to the point where Matt Wilson, only 25th in the league in total attempts, but has been incredible with those attempts. He's currently second in the league coming into this game in completion percentage at 76.5.
Eddie Gage telling me Bo Martin Jr. got a hand on that last pass for Henry. That's why it went so wayward. Wilson's pass this way, nearly deflected again, but it's brought in by Jason Bartley, who's second on this team in catches and receiving yards, trailing only Mike Daggs, as Aaron hinted at earlier. So their number 1 wide receiver ostensibly has his first catch and a gain of 5.
Yeah, not the best first grab for him, only going 5 yards, but puts Mexico City in a much better position here on third down.
No doubt. Third down and manageable for the Aztecs, which are the best third down percent offense in the SFL. 67%. They convert 2/3 of their opportunities. No one did better. They will throw it here, and Lone Star up to the task. First third down opportunity today for Mexico City, and the Glory defense is ready for it.
Yeah, you've actually got the right of it. A great stop there by Nate Hall, the strong safety, in order to stop that play from going any further. It looks like, though, the offense going to stay out here for Mexico City.
Inside the enemy 40, you saw Mike Daggs, Mexico City's top target, as he has been for a large portion of his career. Do they dare snap it here, Aaron?
I can't see immediately what back is in for Mexico City, but even still, I think you snap this ball.
And they will call it timeouts. It's I'm going to call this the anticlimax in the SFL, because going for it on fourth down, it doesn't happen very often in this league, and the team loves to build up the drama for it, and then just to call a timeout and probably punt it away. It's a shame, even if it's the smart decision, surely the safe decision. But sometimes you love to see the gutsiness of going for it on fourth down.
Yeah, as a fullback in this league, it hurts my soul when teams don't go for it on fourth down, especially if you have either a rostered fullback, you have a half-decent running back, you have multiple running backs on your roster. It's just something I wish we saw more of.
And this team does not have a star punter, and that's one of the things that happens sometimes. George Amy kicks it into the end zone, so it'll be a net field position of about 19 yards in Mexico City's favor. Rather than going for it on fourth down, they elect to punt. We saw Lone Star elect to kick a field goal rather than go for it on fourth and goal from the 1. So both teams pulling the plug a little bit on their first possessions, and Mexico City will give the ball right back to this Lone Star offense.
Yeah, and I'm surprised, honestly, that Mexico City didn't trot out Cole Varner. It would have been a bit of a long field goal, but definitely in his wheelhouse.
Hall of Fame kicker, no doubt. It would have been on the fringes for him, but early on, I guess, and they did not want to try to give Lone Star the ball at their own 40. Instead, they will start at their own 20, and it's a short gain on the ground there for the Lone Star offense. Here's the rest of the crew for Greg Soto, who is the head coach. Ace Fennick is the quarterback. Ike McBride, the tailback. Mateo Privado is the fullback. 4 wideouts and 2 tight ends on this Lone Star team. Holster set for Fennick. Zips it off of the body of his intended receiver and dropped. That could have been caught. It was Soto on that target, and Soto could not haul it in. It's third down.
Yeah, credit the footsteps of John Fowler, the rookie linebacker out of Madison, providing a bit of pressure there. May have also gotten a hand on it there as well. May have knocked it into the shoulder pad of Greg Soto. So a great defensive play by the rookie there on second and long.
Rest of the wide receiving core alongside Soto, Ziggy Hronik, we've already heard from him. Deuce Fennick and B. Robo, we've not heard from him yet. Their number 1 wideout. And the tight ends, Garrison Blue and Hank Earl Troll. Empty set on third down and 8 for Ace Fennick and Lone Star. Needing a win to get into the postseason. Fennick over the middle, caught. First down for the Glory into double coverage. It's Ace to Deuce for the second time. First down.
Yeah, Lone Star runs a bit of an all slants pattern. The defensive scheme for Mexico City left the middle relatively open at the linebacker level. So Lone Star takes advantage of that, gets himself a first down on a third and long.
4th season now for Deuce Fennick, playing alongside Ace, who's been here now for 5 seasons from the 32. Ace to the top of the field, caught, and then turning inbounds is Greg Soto. Toe-tapping move out there by the veteran wideouts, working on another great season, and give him 6.
Yeah, you don't normally see a receiver turn the other way on that one. They usually just allow the momentum to take them out of bounds. Greg Soto decides to try and get some extra yardage out of it. Doesn't get it that time, but could be signs of things to come here later on in this game.
Needs about 200 yards in this game to hit 1,000 this season, does Soto. 2nd and 4, Fennick moves away and then loses the ball. A weird play, pressured by Skylar Kingsley, and Fennick never went down, but the ball did, and it's third down.
Yeah, Fennick tried a shovel pass to someone. I didn't really get a target on it because it hit his offensive lineman in the back. Surprised, admittedly, that wasn't called a fumble, but it's going to be third down now here for Lone Star.
I'm glad you're as confused as I am because I'm very confused. Third down again for Lone Star on this drive. Set everybody out. Fennick's pass is caught over the defender by Soto, and he gets a couple of yards, but he's still a couple of yards short, and it's 4th down now for the Glory.
Now, will we see the bait and switch, or will they just punt it away? Admittedly, I think they're just going to trot on Max Luna to punt this ball away into the hands of Jeffrey Daggs, the Hall of Famer.
That's what you got to look out for. Daggs has 16 career special teams touchdowns. And always a threat on punt returns. They will punt it. No fanfare for Max Luna. And Daggs on this return is stood up very, very nicely. So we mentioned on the first possession, it's been the story of the season for Mexico City and really to an extent for the SFL as a whole. And Matt Wilson, who is a league veteran, a Hall of Famer as a player, and a easily recognizable voice as one of the league's top color analysts. He passed away this summer, so the team announcing that this is his final season as a player, and they renamed their stadium immediately to Estadio Matt Wilson, and in fact they had a home game on that day, and they have been excellent here at home ever since. Wilson will throw. First catch today from Ray Bentley, who muscles his way forward and is able to get 9.
Yeah, big first play by the power back, former fullback here for Mexico City. The Aztecs, though, in the offseason convert him back to his former halfback position. And so far, it's Mexico City has done a great job balancing the two backs here. Phoenix Jones, of course, utilized more in the run. Ray Bentley, more of a dual threat option out of the backfield.
Such a weird situation, Aaron. Something that you were pointing out to me before we went live today. I mean, Phoenix Jones has been barely used in the passing game at all, and Ray Bentley is typically the passing option out of the backfield. Here's a toss to the left side, and that gets blown up. Big surprise. They play with a very low hit rate in this league, Aaron. It's Jones on the toss, Jay Mart on the stop, and a loss of 2.
Yeah, there are times though when the toss plays end up going for big yardage, especially if you can get your pulling guards to get out in time to get the key blocks on the linebackers. Unfortunately, that time it goes nowhere.
Really a boom or bust play for sure. They'll run it. More traditional play this time for Phoenix Jones, and he's got the first down and then some. Needed 3, got 4.5. First down, Mexico City. Jones 9th in the league in carries, 14th in yards, so just 22nd in average at a little over 4.25, but 20 rushing touchdowns, most in the league. GP Wells just tied him with 20 earlier today, as a matter of fact. I'll run it again. Jones off left tackle. Check it. Ray Bentley on the carry that time. And a nice gain for Bentley right out to the midfield line.
Yeah, Ray Bentley been a lot more underutilized. Still good for 30th in the league among eligible backs in carries. But just under 100 for him so far this season, despite the halfback convert.
And that brings him over 500 rushing yards on the season. Lone Star showing blitz, but Jones is still able to blow through a man and pick up the first down. Bo Martin Jr. sent flying by the shoulder of Phoenix Jones.
Yeah, Phoenix Jones, again, despite not typically being a power running back, still able to lower the shoulder and level people if you're not paying attention. Bo Martin Jr., the latest to fall victim to the shoulder of the Phoenix.
Jones coming up on 1,000 rushing yards once again. Would be his 4th straight season over that mark. Here's the give. It's Bentley this time with running room, and Ray Bentley has a gain of 7. So we've seen both of the backs here on this possession, Aaron, very different from Mexico City's first possession in this game. Both Jones and Bentley alternating and both having some serious success.
Yeah, and I think when we see things like this is Mexico City at their best. A play we don't see very often, though, is a draw play, and that's what we saw there, and Wilson and Bentley able to perform it to great success here.
One of the best rushing teams in the SFL. Nobody has rushed for more touchdowns than the Aztecs. 29 on the balance of the season. Wilson on play action, under pressure, down he goes. Lone Star takes full advantage that time. First sack today, courtesy of Tina Begin.
Yeah, Tina Begin, the sack leader on this team, picks up her 11th. Coming into this, Matt Wilson had only been sacked 13 times. Was not sacked the last time Mexico City played Lone Star.
The 4th fewest sacks allowed by any team. 13, which is crazy. They'll run it on 3rd and forever. Bentley trying to go left seam. Not a whole lot there. Needed 11, got just 6, Aaron, and 4th down once again from pretty much the same spot of the field where Mexico City was the last time.
Yeah, and I think in this position, especially with it being 4th and longer, definitely a smarter idea to punt it away.
I'm with you. Last time it was 4th and 2, remember? Now it's 4th and 5, so George Amy will come on to punt it away. Coffin corner. This could be dangerous. No way. Oh my goodness. Down at the goal line. George Amy. Unbelievable.
Yeah, the oh boy, the punter here for Mexico City does a great job downing it at the goal line. So Lone Star literally in their own end zone to start this drive.
Can't get any closer to their own end zone. Fennec, the ball is literally at the goal line. Here's the give. McBride is hit in the end zone, and it's a safety. They get her. 2 points for Mexico City. Bernard Patterson with the hits.
Yeah, Bernard Patterson, second on this team in TFLs, comes up with a big one here after a great punt by Amy. And Mexico City finds themselves with points on the board and possession of the ball again.
I wasn't sure if they were going to give Ike forward progress out of the end zone, so that was why I paused, but they do give Bernard Patterson, who's been a huge addition to this Mexico City D-line, that TFL. He's got 13 this season, and the free kick now gives Mexico City glorious field position. That's Dorian Locke on that return out to the 40-yard line. Mexico City and Matt Wilson will take right back over, so that gamble didn't really pay off the first time, Aaron, and the second time it couldn't get any better.
Yeah, it worked beautifully in Mexico City's favor. Bernard Patterson coming over in the offseason from Portland comes up absolutely massive there for the Aztecs.
Former number 2 overall pick as Wilson links up over the middle with a gain of 3. Receiver slow to get up. That's Jason Bartley. Here is the rest of the Mexico City offense. You've heard from much of them already. Wilson, the quarterback, Jones and Bentley are both tailbacks. 6 star pass catchers. Bartley, Nick Lockett, Jacob McCall, and Terrell Cooper at wideout. And tight ends Mike Daggs and Bill Henry. Again from the holster sets. Lone Star brings 7 in the box. Wilson will throw over the middle, a step behind. Jason Bartley has another catch, and that is how the first half ends. Well, I've heard baseball is popular this time of year, Aaron. It's October, and after one quarter in this football game, it's 3-2. Lone Star on top, needing a win to make the postseason. This is the SFL presented by APM Music, live on Twitch. Well, happy to have you with us. Estadio Matt Wilson, the site of the final regular season game of season 19. Tim Hackett and Aaron Alexander with you live. First down for the Aztecs. The give to Ray Bentley, and he runs right into Tina Begin.
Yeah, and I do have to apologize on a statement I made earlier. It's Phoenix Jones is actually the power back. My head had them flipped for some reason, but not able to get anything on that run to continue this drive here for Mexico City.
Well, they have flipped so many times in their career. I understand. I'll run it again. Bruising run for Phoenix Jones. Okay, that'll do it. Inside the 20-yard line he goes, and he's brought down at the 16. A bruising run. Mickey McGuire on the stop.
Yeah, see, it's plays like that, I see now. Phoenix Jones very clearly a power back after running through not 1, not 2, not 3, but almost 4 different glory members. It's absolute insanity here already in Mexico City.
Bogey Barr had to help a couple of other glory defenders finally bring Jones down. Mark him at the 16. Now it's Bentley. Spin move for Ray Bentley, and he gets inside the 10-yard line. This is a two-headed monster in this Mexico City backfield. Like we mentioned, they have switched roles a lot. One time it was Bentley the feature back, then Jones the number 2. Bentley came out of retirement to become the fullback with Jones as the number 1 running back, and now they're both running backs. Both would be starters for most teams, and now they've both showed up in a big way. They've combined for 11 carries in this first half. Here's number 12. Jones, first down. Phoenix Jones to the 3.
Yeah, Mexico City trying to turn this into a much different kind of football game. Right now, it's a scoreline that would make Liam Crowder, the owner of London, proud.
How many overs are left in this cricket match? This is a low-scoring cricket match. From the 3. Here's another give. Jones gets blown up that time. Great tackle. Lone Star was ready for that one, Aaron. This has been one of the best rush defenses in the league this year. I feel like they're more known historically for their pass defense, but this year they're 5th against the run. They average only 77 rushing yards allowed, but Mexico City is the number 3 rush offense, 131 rushing yards per game. That is a heavyweight matchup in this contest. Again, split backs. They'll give it to Bentley, who's the up back in this case. Bravado was out there too. I checked that. It is Jones on the carry, and Jones gets nothing. Freddie Trammell on the stop.
Yeah, it was actually Jones on the up back that time. Lone Star, though, prepared for that run up the middle. Are we going to see Matt Wilson pass here to end this drive?
Well, we see Matt Wilson run it. We've seen that before in his career as well. Empty back set. One of the best rushing teams in the league will throw it. Wilson swatted away and nearly picked. One-on-one coverage. And swatted by Mickey McGuire, one of the league's leaders in pass deflections. You called it, Aaron. They went to the air with Matt Wilson, and Lone Star makes the play.
Yeah, unfortunately, Mickey McGuire, too good, has excellent vision at the cornerback spot, able to swat that one away. Now we see Cole Varner. The scoreline gets even weirder. If he hits it, it's going to be a 5-3 ball game.
People already didn't like our cricket reference. We're going to have to come up with a different sport entirely. Cole Varner is one of the best kickers in league history, but he's one of the least used kickers in the league this year. He's good from 20. That is just his 14th make this season. He's bottom 5 in the league in kicks made and kicks attempted, and there is the flip. It's now 5-3 Mexico City.
You know, I got another sport reference for you, Tim. Being we're in Mexico City, it's a beach volleyball game right now out here at Estadio Matt Wilson.
It's early on in the second set, I guess, in this beach volleyball match. I was going to make a hockey reference, but I figured that would not fly. And this kick away from Varner will fly to the goal line. Greg Soto has become this team's kick returner. Over the last couple of weeks, he's returned kicks before in his career. Deuce was doing a lot of that on the balance of this season, but I figured, Aaron, we would see a lot of Greg Soto in this game, and so far we've seen exclusively Greg Soto in this game.
Yeah, especially in recent weeks, Greg Soto, as you mentioned, been getting a lot of the return work. Had 5 last week against Florida. Deuce Fennick doing some work in the return game, though had 2.
Mateo Bravado with the carry here. The fullback has been a busy guy this season, Aaron. Singing a tune that you can appreciate, I'm sure. 45 carries this year. Not exactly a big average, but that's his second carry of this game already.
Yeah, Lone Star has really been utilizing Mateo Bravado as an accessory piece in the rush game to Ike McBride, utilizing him as more than just a blocker, able to get some yardage in short yard situations here for Lone Star.
And by my count, McBride has only carried the ball twice, and the second one went for a safety. So here they go. McBride will get this carry, and that is more like it. For one of the league's best bruising backs, she's got a first down. It's been kind of a slow season this year for Ike McBride. 16th in the league in carries, 19th in yards. She's 112 away from 1,000 this season. 4.5 yards per carry, that's 16th. 7 rushing touchdowns, that's 18th. So in other words, right in the middle of the pack in just about every rushing category for one of the league standouts. Fennick will throw here. 2 receivers were right there, and Greg Soto will make the catch across midfield.
Yeah, it's plays like that, though, that are the reason why Lone Star hasn't really been utilizing Ike McBride as much as we would have thought. Ace Fennick coming into this game 4th in attempts, 7th in completions, 4th in total yards, 3rd in touchdowns. So it's been very much a pass-heavy offense, but Lone Star has done a great job balancing that with their rush attack. Is one of the reasons why, you know, they have the opportunity they have on the outside looking into the playoff picture here.
There have been seasons where McBride has been the focal point of the offense. Not the case this year. B. Robo has been the focal point of the offense, but not today. He's still without a target. Fennick's throw is swatted away. Great coverage. One-on-one by John Fowler looking for Mateo Bravado. Fowler is not a newcomer to this league, Aaron, but he's a newcomer in this iteration of this team. He's a rookie, and he's been busy so far today.
Yeah, already has 2 pass deflections here from his outside linebacker spot. Fowler has been a great addition here to this Mexico City team coming over in the draft from Madison in the minor leagues.
Eddie Gage telling us that pass deflection on third down for the Lone Star defense was just their second of the game as McBride gets another carry, and she is stuck in the backfield. What a hit. That's the other outside linebacker, Ronnie Watson, with that play. His 18th TFL this season, a top 10 mark in the league.
Yeah, Ronnie Watson in his 4th season, having a career renaissance in his 4th season here with Mexico City, has been, again, another big piece of this Mexico City defense.
Used to be the number 2 outside linebacker and now elevated to number 1. Third down and 11. Fenix pass is caught. Greg Soto high points it, beats the defender and scores. Touchdown. Greg Soto, Lone Star back in front.
Yeah, Greg Soto, in case you haven't noticed, is a glorious wide receiver. Absolutely mossed the man in coverage. That was Jermaine Menefield, the third-year corner that just got absolutely outclassed by Soto, who takes it to the house to rectify the safety on the last drive that Lone Star had and gives them the lead back. They're looking at a 5-point lead here, pending this extra point.
7th receiving touchdown for Greg Soto. They call him the Cuban Missile. He burst onto the scene. His first year was Chicago way back in the day, then left to join Lone Star that offseason. This is now his 4th season here with the Glory. He's become the team's head coach, an integral piece of who this team has become over the last couple of seasons, and he's got the first touchdown for either team in this game. Again, the stakes are clear for Lone Star. They are 6-5. If they lose, they'll be 6-6, which has been good enough to make the playoffs in years past. Might still be good enough this year, but for Lone Star, it would not be good enough. If they're 6-6, they've lost too many other tiebreakers. Strength of victory, strength of schedule, and so on and so forth. They would be out at 6-6. They must win this game to make it in, and they've got the lead for the second time. The SFL Network is coming to the ESTV Plus app. It's 24/7 SFL programming and will include content created by the community, the SFL's greatest games for the archives, exclusive network content, and live SFL regular season games. Download the ESTV Plus app on your Android or iPhone or on your TV through Roku, Amazon Fire, Vizio, and more. The SFL Network, where SFL creators come together. These two franchises now coming together for the 17th time all-time, which is crazy. Here's a nice run, left tackle, Phoenix Jones, first down and more, and a gain of 12 for Phoenix.
Yeah, and it's funny you bring up just how long these teams have faced each other. This is their 8th matchup since Lone Star moved here from Seattle back in season 14, or 14? No, 15, excuse me.
Right. Season 15, yeah.
And in that time, in the entire history of this matchup, Mexico City has only won on the road once, and that was back in week 5 when the Aztecs absolutely stomped Lone Star 44-14.
One of the most lopsided games in this all-time series as Wilson links up with Mike Daggs for the first time this afternoon. Gain of 8 for the veteran tight end. These longtime buddies playing together for the final season here together in Mexico City. And the gain of 8 for Daggs on first down. That win that Aaron mentioned, road win for Mexico City earlier this season, that was the first time in this all-time series that a road team has won a game since 2017, as Jones gets the first down up the middle. Season 9, the Dallas Roughnecks against the Mexico City Aztecs. Season 9 was the last time before this season that a road team won this all-time series. The home team is 13-3 all-time in this all-time series in the 16 total meetings. Now, the team calling themselves Lone Star is 11-5 in that all-time series. Again, Lone Star's had many different names over the years. Oh, man, Phoenix Jones with another shoulder check. It is hockey season after all, Aaron. Bogey Barr with the hit.
Yeah, they're just missing the sticks. There's no a disc of rubber they're knocking around, but the hits, they keep on coming here in Estadio Matt Wilson.
Ay caramba, I guess. Gain of 3 for Phoenix Jones. Up over now 1,000 rushing yards on the season. Wilson looking this way, and a diving catch is made inbounds. Nicely hauled in by Jacob McCall, who ostensibly is this team's #1 wide receiver, but he's third on the depth chart in a lot of ways, and he gets his first catch.
Yeah, first catch, good for 8 yards, gives Mexico City another first down here. They've been doing a great job so far, marching down the field. They just haven't had the success getting to the end zone that they would have liked to start this first half.
Such a balanced offense through the air this year as Jones breaks out of a tackle, breaks out of another tackle, and then is brought down by 2 Glory defenders a yard short of the line to gain. Bo Martin Jr., the veteran corner, along with Bogey Barr, finally stopped Phoenix after a gain of 9.
Yeah, and again, correcting an earlier mistake, this is definitely a battle of 2 bruiser running backs in the likes of Phoenix Jones and, of course, Ike McBride on the other side of the ball. 2 very, very difficult backs to bring down this season.
No doubt about it. Gain of 9 there. They will throw it out of the backfield. Here goes Bentley. A sidestep for Ray Bentley. His first touch in a little while, but just showing the difference in those 2 backs, I guess, Aaron. I mean, get this. Phoenix Jones has caught the ball quite a bit over the course of his career, but this season, that's a catch for Bentley. This season, Phoenix Jones has caught the ball 6 times for 35 yards. Last postseason for Mexico City, Jones caught 7 passes for 58 yards and a touchdown. So he had more catches, more yards, and more touchdowns in the playoffs last year than he has in 11 games this season. It's crazy. Now Wilson will throw it again. That is Jones with that catch. There's number 7 and a first down for Phoenix Jones. Now my turn for a correction, Aaron. That was actually Alonzo Guerrero on that last catch for Mexico City. 49, not 28. They don't look anything alike. And it's Guerrero with the previous catch. It's Jones with this catch, just his 7th this year. Good for a first down.
Yeah, listen, it's the last game of the season. It's late night here in the SFL. It's understandable that, you know, we make these mistakes from time to time. However, Phoenix Jones getting his first pass in a while makes it count. 10 yards inside now the the Lone Star red zone.
Here is Ray Bentley on this catch. So we were just a couple of plays ahead, and Bentley gets a gain of a couple. Again, he has over 50 catches, over 250 receiving yards, and 2 receiving touchdowns this year as a pass catcher that's Ray Bentley. Again, Jones with just 7 catches now this season. So really a completely differing approach depending on which of these 2 backs is in. And we've hit the 2-minute warning now in this first half. 10-5 is your score. Yes, you're reading it right. Lone Star on top on the road. This is the SFL presented by APM Music, live on Twitch. Thanks for joining us. The final game of the regular season, the 19th season of the Simulation Football League. Playoffs coming your way starting next week. Will Lone Star be in it? They must win today. If not, they will not be in the playoffs next weekend. Mexico City looking to earn a first-round bye. Matt Wilson on 2nd and 8 throws. It's caught. Spinning is Jason Bartley, and he's got the first down inside the 5-yard line out at the 3.
Yeah, Mexico City trying to finally get a touchdown on the board so far, a field goal and a safety for these Aztecs, but it's looking good on this drive. They're 3 yards out now with first and goal.
Wilson 6th in the league in quarterback rating this season, despite being 25th in attempts and 22nd in yards. First and goal here for the Aztecs from the 3. They'll run it. Up the middle they go. Touchdown! Phoenix Jones rushing touchdown number 21 for number 21. He extends his league lead, and the Aztecs are back on top.
Yeah, and what a play to get it on too. It's starting to look like an actual football game here, Tim. It's 11-10, potentially 12-10, barring this Cole Varner extra point.
You're saying they should go for 2 to make it a more typical scoreline?
12-10 is still typical.
I guess. It could be two touchdowns and 2 missed extra points, I guess. Or 4 field goals, more likely in this league. Pulled down, and the kick from Cole Varner is up and true. No surprise there. So Phoenix Jones with rushing touchdown number 21, rushing touchdown number 30 for Mexico City, extending their team's league lead. And the Aztecs back in front. It's 12-10.
All right, Phoenix Jones can now no longer get rushing touchdowns. It's now 21-4-21. I kid. It's a joke, but Phoenix Jones adds to his already impressive resume this season as far as rushing touchdowns go, gives Mexico City the lead.
I think that Mexico City will be happy with that if that means that Ray Bentley is able to get up to his number in rushing touchdowns as well. He's 19 away from that. So if that happens today or by the end of the postseason, then my guess is that means Mexico City will be your SFL champs.
Yeah, definitely have the right of it. 19, I don't think happening in this particular ball game, but stranger things have happened here in the SFL.
12-play drive for Mexico City, culminating in that rushing touchdown for Phoenix Jones, his 21st this season. Now does Lone Star try to get Ike McBride involved? They will run it, but it's Bravado on this carry, I believe. We'll double check. Nope, it is Mike McBride. I'm about 0 for 5 on those calls so far, and McBride will get a gain of about 3.
Listen, it's hard to see numbers if there's bodies in the way.
Thank you.
They're in pain, but they're not window panes, as it were.
I appreciate it. I couldn't see through the defender to make that call, but that defender did make the tackle. A flag flies. This is Bravado on the carry. So again, we're just a play ahead. We're fortune tellers, Aaron, and now we'll see R62 for the first time. Oh man.
Skylar Kingsley called for the offsides there. The 6th-year defensive end in their 5th season here with Mexico City is going to give Lone Star a free play.
First penalty of the game for either team against Skylar Kingsley. There's a look at Dan Tritz, who has been magnificent for Mexico City for the last couple of years. Quiet year for him, though, this year. Just 4.5 sacks. Second down. Fenix pass, lofts it up, and it's brought in. There is the first catch for B. Robo, finally working on a career year, close to 1,000 receiving yards now for the 2nd straight season. His first catch. They'll hurry it up. Fenix, deep bomb, that's caught. Ziggy Ronick has another big catch. Timeout, Lone Star. Ronick inside the 20.
Yeah, Lone Star trying to make some magic happen here late. Again, trying to make this game look a little more like a regular old North American style football game. And they're doing it with absolute haste, as that's 2 deep passes, 1 to be Robo, a 2nd deep ball for Ziggy Chronic, as Lone Star now back inside the Mexico City red zone.
That one going for 33 yards. Ronick has 100 receiving yards on 2 catches tonight from the 16. Out they go. McBride gets plastered by Ronnie Watson. And that will push Lone Star back. Clock running. 45 seconds left now from the 19. Fenix shuffle steps, throws, swatted away by Fowler. Another pass deflection for the rookie.
Yeah, and Fowler, coming into this, only had 8 pass deflections this season. Now adds 3 more to his total. Been all over the field, swatting passes away left and right, has the rookie.
That's crazy, especially as a number 2 outside linebacker, not often on the field. He's not on the field now on 3rd down and 14. Fenix deep drop, looking end zone, and the catch is made at the 1-yard line.
Jeffrey
Unbelievable.
Daggs.
It's Ronick on the catch.
Yeah, and it's Jeffrey Daggs making an absolute touchdown-saving tackle.
Oh, and a swat there, saving another touchdown. That time it's Gerard Brody.
Yeah, another one of these young cornerbacks here for Mexico City. The one of 2 in their 3rd season makes a swat to save a touchdown, following in the footsteps of Jeffrey Daggs, the equivocal leader here of this Mexico City defense.
Different look here for Lone Star. I formation, Bravado, and McBride behind Fenix from the 1-yard line. Here goes Ike McBride. Touchdown, Lone Star. Rushing touchdown number 8 for Ike McBride, with Bravado paving the way, and the Glory are back in front.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's going to take more than a Ronnie Watson to bring down Ike McBride. Watson has no help doing so. Therefore, Ike McBride with the key blocks from Bravado, just walks into the end zone and gives Mexico City the lead again. And it's another lead change here in Mexico City, Tim.
Back and forth we go. So here comes Matt Fennick once again. Clock stops with 21, so file that away as Fennick hits this PAT. And now it's a little bit more of a traditional score for us, 17-12 in the second quarter.
Yeah, something I'm noticing, though, I didn't realize how popular yo-yos were here in Mexico City, Tim.
How about Ziggy Chronic in this first half? 3 catches, 118 yards. Ziggy on the season, 24 catches for 294 yards before today. A career game for the former tight end turned wideouts. Returnable for Jeffrey Daggs. You know how dangerous he is, pardon me, and nothing doing on that return. So, Aaron, I feel like I ask this question every week, but apropos here, how aggressive do you get with Matt Wilson and his final regular season home game, 2 timeouts at your own 22?
Considering you get the ball to start the second half, you don't.
Oh, you don't? That means you play it safe.
Play it safe.
All
Don't
right.
take any risks. Just end the quarter.
I will throw it wide open over the middle. Easy catch for Nick Lockett, who then gets stuck right at the first down line. No timeout coming. Quickly, right back up to the line. They'll snap it with 5. Wilson, a deep drop, under pressure, and thrown down. And that's the risk you run when you try to run it out. Juke and Rukin and Tina Begin, they've both been big for Lone Star this year. And the first half ends with a sack. Back and